and welcome back to another video. In today's video we are doing a wicked woman called Maleficent. So bring on the black, bring on the green, bring on the mystical powers of Maleficent. If you haven't already, please do subscribe and turn on the bell notification button, and don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed it and leave a comment down below. And if you're new here today, hello and welcome. It's nice to have you here. Don't forget to leave a comment if you're new and click that subscribe button. So let's get on to the video. Okay, so the nails are all filed and prepped and ready to go. So the idea is that I'm going to do Maleficent on the middle nail, and then these nails are going to be like complementary Maleficent themed nails. So obviously we're going to do Maleficent first. We don't want her getting moody. So let's get on and do these nails. Okay, so first of all I'm going in with 828 on the nail, and this is going to be our base colour for the majority of the nails. So first of all I'm starting off with a base coat for the nail, cure that, and then do another coat and cure that. And again, we're going to be using this across most of the nails. So now that that's all done, I've put some top coat on the nail and left it wet, and we're going to be adding some Maleficent onto the nail now. So I'm just gradually scattering it on. I kind of wanted it to fade out near the top, so I only added a little bit to the top of the nail and grabbed some of those big chunks out of that glitter. And there they are there. You can see the bigger flakes. I love them so much. So I've gone ahead and done a matte top coat over that, just so that we can start laying down the artwork onto the nail. And here I am sketching out Maleficent's face, where I want her to be placed onto the nail. I always do this when doing art onto the nails, just so that I have a bit of a base to work from and plan where I want it to go. Of course, if I'd done this part wrong, I could just go in and just wipe it away, and it won't ruin the background because the background is cured. But if I was to cure at this point now, I wouldn't be able to wipe the horn away if I had cured it. Okay, so now that that's all done, we can go in with some black and start adding on her headdress thing. I don't know, does she actually have horns? I don't know, I'm going to have to watch the film again. I don't know whether that's a thing. But yeah, her little hat that she wears. We're adding that on now. Okay, so just bringing that down and starting to frame the face of where I want her chin to be. She has quite a long face, which I didn't accomplish, unfortunately. I didn't manage to get her face as long as it should be, so she looks a little bit more cute than evil at the end of this. So I'm just doing her red lips now. And her eyes, I'd already kind of, as you can see very faintly, I'd already mapped out with some nude and kind of mapped out where I want her nose to go, her eyes, her eyebrows, and so on. Okay, so now just filling out the rest of her body. She's coming together. Watch out, she's mean, she's evil.
She's on her way. So this definitely needed a couple of coats. There's also parts on her hat where I go over again and just touch it up because you just want it to be black. So I definitely went back over those areas where they're a little bit not as dark as they should be. So now just doing her collar that she has. And going back in and making sure that she is all sculpted with her very extreme cheekbones. Okay, so I thought I'd add on a little bit of highlight to her hat and her shoulders and this, that and the other, just to kind of make it pop out a little bit more. As she's, you know, knowing her, she's probably standing in some kind of evil lighting. So, you know, just to make herself look even more villainous. Okay, so now just doing the finishing touches to her eyes. And I can tell you now, her eyes are tiny. It was quite the struggle to get them as I would have liked them to be. But at the end of the day, when they're this small, there's only so much you could do. I could have probably made her face a little bit bigger. I was just worried about the top of her headdress, like hat thing, not fitting in. So, and there she is, all done. Okay, so now moving on to the next nail. Again, we're going to be using that same green that we used on Maleficent's nail for the background. And again, this requires 2 coats and cure both of those coats. And now I'm going in with this magnetic cat's eye gel. I love this stuff. You just wipe it onto the nail. Super easy. And don't cure it. You get your magnetic tool and start moving all of the magnetic pigment around that's in the polish. And then once you're happy with it, with the design that you've made, then you cure it. And you can always go back in again and add another layer and move it to the same position as the one before, just to bring it out more. It will, you know, be more defined the more coats you do. Okay, so I went ahead and matte top coated that, and now I'm going in with black. I did add a couple of sequins glitter onto the nail just to give it that little bit extra. And here with the black, as I was saying, we are now doing kind of a I have totally forgotten what it's called. It's kind of like a French tip, but very extreme. There is a name for it. I've totally forgotten it, but that's what we're doing. We're making a big V on the nail right now. Okay, so now I'm going in with some tape, and I don't know why I struggled so hard putting this on. Normally it's quite simple, but yeah, here comes the struggle. And she did it. I went in with a matte top coat for the bottom half and a glossy top coat for the top, and boop, adding on a little gem to finish that nail off. So I duplicated this nail, so there are 2 of that nail, and for the last nails, this one's also duplicated, so we'll have 1 Maleficent nail, 2 of the black French tip style, and then 2 of this one. So I'm going in with 2 coats of the light green, and on the second coat I didn't cure it, I left it wet. So now going in with this darker green and just blooping it all across the nail, and a little bit of black, and a fine detailing brush, just swoop, 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 super easy. And it kind of looks like, you know, when she gets real angry and she makes these big green flames. That's what this is supposed to represent. She's in a bad mood, basically. So, but she's a villain. She's always in a bad mood. So that's what this now represents. So I also did add a little bit of the Maleficent glitter onto the nail, as you can see. And I'm just going in with some cat's eye over that. I'm going to push that around. And then when I'm happy with it, pop it in the lamp to cure for a final 60 seconds. And then top coated it, and that nail is done also. That's a super easy nail, that one. And here they are all together and finished.
And that is the end of the video. If you enjoyed this video, please do leave a like. If you enjoyed the nails and like how they turned out, please do leave a like and a comment down below. And don't forget, if you haven't already, please do subscribe to the channel. It really helps the channel out, and turning on that bell notification button so that you don't miss the next upload. Until then, see you on the next one. Happy creating. Bye.